that was the point where I was like, people are going to be loving this.
Bom, turma, eu acredito que o microfone esteja funcionando. Não sei, na realidade, direito. Eu estava dando pau aqui, não só no meu microfone, como na transmissão aqui do Open. Sei lá o que tinha acontecido aqui, que estava sem imagem. Deixa eu só divulgar aqui, né? Eu fiz uma capa, tudo. Peraí, já vai ter o anúncio. Peraí. Sempre tem. Ó, tem bastante gente assistindo. Turma, dá um oi aqui no chat para eu ver se eu consigo ver vocês. Ou se vocês estão me ouvindo. Estão me ouvindo? Se estiver me ouvindo, fala. Para eu saber se está tudo em ordem para eu poder continuar. Estão me ouvindo? Bom, tá tudo certo, né, turma? Tá com eco, alguma coisa? Não, né? Eu ajudo aqui vocês, eu posso até dar uma traduzida aqui, mais ou menos, né? Para quem não fala. Vamos lá. Então hoje vai ser o 26.1, espero que todo mundo esteja inscrito. Né? Eu já falei hoje lá no Stories que a relevância da gente se inscrever. E eu estava pensando, né? Começou, eles estão fazendo uma base aérea. Por isso que tem esses... Eles estão desse uniformezinho de Top Gun, sabe?
Hey you, it's time for your yearly check-in. The Crossfit Open is here.
Agora, mas às vezes eles são rápidos.
Fitter than last year?
Ele é rápido, ele é direto, né?
Good. Prove it.
Não fica enrolando.
Fitter than your rival in the 5K class? Good. Prove it.
Mas enfim, eu tava pensando, muitas vezes, né, as pessoas falam assim,
Good.
eu não vou me inscrever porque eu faço por mim, né, eu não me importo com o que os outros pensam, que blá blá blá, né, então, cara, eu também, eu treino pra mim, né, eu até parei de competir, justamente porque eu gosto muito de treinar. E pelo fato de eu gostar muito de treinar, ele sacrifica muito o nosso...
Crossfit Open.
Começou alguma coisa.
Welcome to 2026 CrossFit Open. We are here for workout 26.1.
Sacrifica muito quando chega perto da competição, né?
We have a packed show for you today.
Tá
We're going to introduce the athletes. We'll let you know the secret of 26.1. We'll let you know what it's going to look like to count. We'll send the athletes out on the floor. We'll get as loud as we can, and then we'll close it out today. We've got a special heat of Air National Guards taking it on at close.
Não conheço assim, né? Ixi, piorou. Tá bem ruim. Mas enfim, então, aí eu tava falando que muitas vezes a pessoa fala, não vou me inscrever porque eu treino pra mim, não sei o que lá. Cara, é exatamente isso, né? Se você treina só pra você, não tem por que você ficar com... Porque tem muita gente que deixa de se inscrever porque fica com esse negócio, né? Ai, os outros vão saber o meu resultado, né? Se eu fui bem, se eu fui mal, e a pessoa tem um receio de se expor, né? Tá bem ruim a transmissão, viu, pessoal? Eles deram uma melhorada, mas voltou. Então, a pessoa fica com medo, né, de se expor, né? Só que, assim, a única pessoa que tem a perder quando você não se inscreve é você mesmo. Porque você não vai saber o seu resultado, não vai saber o que você tem que melhorar, não vai saber como é que você está em relação ao verdadeiramente, né, ao resto do mundo, né, as pessoas que treinam, as pessoas que têm a sua idade, né, as pessoas que estão ali, fazem os WODs ali, as mesmas alternativas, né, faz o mesmo tipo de scale que você, ou faz o RX igual a você, e aí você perde essa oportunidade de poder entender, né, se você está indo bem nos treinos, porque você muitas vezes fica com esse receio, né? Ai, eu né? Eu não falo, acho que é uma maturidade, né? Não fico competindo, né? Na verdade, se você sente medo, né, de se expor dessa maneira, aí significa que você tem uma certa imaturidade, né? Tipo, não vou me inscrever, porque custa, vemos e convenhamos, né, pessoal? Custa R$ 79 o negócio. R$ 79 tá ruim, viu, pessoal? Eu vou ver se eu consigo achar aqui. Vou atualizar o site aqui. Da Crossfit? Não. Posso tentar achar.
Post a video or a photo on social media. Use hashtag SOTO
Vou tentar achar, tá dando uma melhorada.
That's all you gotta do. SOTO 2026. You can win a custom designed Rogue barbell. This Spirit of the Open Award is presented by Rogue Fitness, our amazing partner. You know, I wish I could nominate these 4 boys that are taking on 26.1, but let's bring them out onto the competition floor. The 4 gentlemen that are taking on 26.1, coming out first last year, 4th in the overall worldwide Open, and 5th at the CrossFit Games, Austin Hatfield.
Aí cara, nem conheço esse cara.
And trying to go back-to-back CrossFit Open wins. That's going to be Colton Mertens.
É tipo, os caras falam que acho que ele é um pônei, como se fosse um pônei, não é um cavalo.
I know him from Teenage CrossFit Games champion. I know him 2nd overall Worldwide Open winner last year. And
esse ganhou ano
at the
passado.
CrossFit Games, Dallin Pepper.
Esse foi o vencedor do ano passado.
And your 2025
esse cara era do
Teams.
Jason
Hopper.
Esse Hopper, ele é antigo, né? 2025. Não, esse é o que ganhou.
4 of the fittest men on the planet getting set to throw down in 26.1. Let's start with Austin Hatfield, guy who was trying to qualify for the games for a while. He finally made it. He's made the most of it. Kind of the human X factor here.
Oh, yeah. 10th in his rookie debut, 5th last year at the CrossFit Games. What is in store for Hatfield? He's got some home runs. He's got a few holes as well, but he finishes those up, he could find himself on top of the podium.
Colton Mertens won the Open last year, looking to do it again here in 2026. Kind of a modern-day Chris Spears.
The Iron Hawk, what he may lack in stature, he makes up for massive amounts of fitness. This guy is a competitor. Won the Open last year in half the events in the last 2 years. He's won.
Dallin Pepper, 22 years old. He's already been on the podium at the games, and I don't know if he's reached his full potential yet.
Now, the Prince that was promised, 3-time team champ.
Eu tenho que ir para Minas, eu tenho que ir para BH.
This is the man looking not to just get back to the
aí,
podium, but standing on top of it.
And finally, the reigning fittest man on earth, Jason Hopper. He wears the crown, but now can he rule the
chamar mesmo,
Listen, heavy is the head that weighs the crown. We say it all the time. Expectation is one thing, but now the expectation of can you repeat as champion is another.
It's all going to start with 26.1 for the official announcement of test number 1. We will get to that in a second, but this is the tale of the tape. The future is bright. All these athletes 27 years old or younger, and all of them with podium aspirations in 2026.
Olha, o baixinho pesa
Once again, they're going to start here at Moffett Federal Airfield. 26.1 is about to be announced, and for evaluation of that, here's Dave Castro.
26.1 is going to feature 2 movements from this collection of items. And for the first movement, I'm going to have the athletes guess what it'll be. Austin.
Row.
Wrong, my friend. Colton.
Barbell.
Tá falando dos caras chutar.
Dallin.
Give me that wall ball.
Dallin is correct.
The
first movement is the wall ball. For the second movement, champ, what is it?
Give me this box.
Damn, he got it.
Box jump.
That's good.
Box
The 2
jump.
movements in 26.1 are the wall ball and the box. For the box jump and over. Hold this.
Box jump, over. CrossFit Fênix. CrossFit Fênix é em BH? Se for, eu vou, pessoal.
26.1 will start with 20 wall ball.
Certo. 20 wall ball.
And then you will do 18 box jump and over.
18 box
Next,
jump over.
you will do 30 wall ball.
30 wall
And
ball.
then 18 box jump and over.
18
After that, you will
box
do
jump over.
40 wall ball.
Nossa, vai
And
aumentando.
then 18. And then after that, you will do, what was it? Wrong. You will do 66 wall ball.
66.
At this point, you've climbed the mountain, you're at the top, and now you will start descending. 18, 40, 18.
Beleza. Pessoal, vai ser uma escada. Começa com sempre o wall ball aumenta de 10 em 10, tá? 20 wall ball, 30 wall ball, 40 wall ball e o topo é 66.
Now, as you're climbing up the ladder, you're spending a lot of time with the wall ball. And when you get to the peak, the wall ball is becoming sad because you guys are leaving him while you do the sets of 18. And we don't want Mr. Wall Ball to be sad. So at this point here, at this section of 18, here and here, near the peak and on the way down from the peak, we want Mr. Wall Ball to be happy. And to make Mr. Wall Ball happy, it is no longer box jump and overs, it is box step up and over with the wall ball.
Certo.
20.
Pessoal, seguinte. Então, no início, vai subir.
26.1 is 20 wall ball,
20 wall ball,
box jump and
18
over,
box jump over,
30 wall ball,
30 wall ball,
18 box jump
18
and over,
box jump over,
40 wall ball,
40 wall ball,
18 step up with the
18
wall ball and over, and then
chegou
66 wall ball.
no
Now
66
you're
wall
working your way
ball,
back down.
vai descer.
18 step up and over with the
Ok,
wall
aí
ball.
vai ser
40
o
wall ball.
step over sobre
18
a caixa
box
com
jump and
a
over.
bola.
30,
Tá?
18, and 20.
Vou repetir.
For the
Fica
athletes
tranquilo.
in here, the goal is to finish it. For 99% of us, it's going to be as far as we can get in this, as far as we can ascend, and maybe some of us will start descending
Ó,
in, what'd you say?
cara, vai ser uns 10 minutos.
66. Someone said 66 minutes. No. 12 minutes.
12 minutos. 12
Welcome
minutos.
to the CrossFit Open 2026.
Okay.
Welcome to the CrossFit Games season. This is the 20th year of the CrossFit Games, and we are excited about the year, and we're excited to see you
Sempre é
on the
simples,
leaderboard.
no sentido de mesmo quem começou agora consegue fazer. Tá?
You know, I think the only thing that's going to save me on this one is the time cap. I guess it's a battle to get to the top and how far I can get back and down on the end. If you're like me, there's still time to register for the CrossFit Open. Scores aren't due until Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So go to games.crossfit.com and get it done today. You can do it right now before we hit that next workout. Don't forget to post your score. I want to see you on the leaderboard all of these 3 weeks. We also want to let you know this is the first ever news that will have an exclusive sneak peek of the Fittest on Earth 2025 documentary at the close of show today. It doesn't release until March 3rd. We're giving you a 2-minute sneak peek, so be sure to stick around. Well, now that we know what 26.1 looks like, for it to count and a detailed overview of our movement standards for 26.1 presented by the Air National
Para
Guard.
mim, esse ódio aqui, eu não acho que vai ser muito bom, não. Tá? Vamos lá, vamos recapitular. Então, você tem 12 minutos para terminar.
CrossFit Games Open Workout 26.1 is for time. 20 wall ball shots.
20 wall ball. Tá fazendo no vídeo.
18 box jump overs.
18 box jump over. Aí no início você vai fazer o box jump
30
over.
wall ball shots.
Tá? Na subida. 30 wall ball.
18 box jump overs.
18 box jump over. Sem nada. Só
40 wall ball
isso é o
shots.
começo da escadinha. Tá começando o treino.
18
40
medicine
wall
ball
ball.
step overs.
18.
66 wall ball shots. 18 medicine ball step overs.
Oh, essa parte eu tinha entendido errado, turma.
40 wall ball shots.
Ah, tá.
18 box jump overs.
Ah, melhor. Mais fácil, turma.
30 wall ball shots.
Desculpa. Quando
18
você chegar
box
nos
jump
40 wall
overs.
balls, né, antes dos 66,
And
que é o
finally,
topo,
20 wall ball shots.
você vai fazer 18
Your
balls,
score is the
né,
total
step
time
over,
taken to complete
segurando
the
a bola.
workout. If you do
Tá?
not complete the workout, your
Então,
score is
fez
the
a
total
série de
number of
40,
repetitions completed
pra chegar
before
na
the
série de
12-minute time
66,
cap.
você vai fazer o step
For the
over com a
official
bola.
workout description, movement standards, and
Fez
scorecard, visit
Aí vai fazer 66
games.crossfit.com.
wall balls. Aí depois você vai voltar a fazer 18 step
The
over, né,
2026
com a bola.
CrossFit
Aí
Open is
você volta
presented
a fazer
by
40
the
wall
Air
ball
National Guard. Take your
box
strength
jump over. Aí vai começar a descer. Tá?
by
O
road.
comentário dele foi que a maior parte das
And
pessoas
by
no
Benitez, the
mundo
official
vão
apparel,
conseguir
footwear,
chegar
grips, and jump
só
rope of the CrossFit
na
Games.
subida, no 66. Né?
Man, that
Os
announcement
mortais,
needed an
né, os
intermission.
mortais vão chegar nesse
I mean, we
ponto.
had prop comedy,
E
we
aí
had
a gente
everything
tem
in
que fazer
there.
um cálculo, né?
I'm still not sure
Vamos lá.
Dan Castro knows what
E
the
aí a
internet
gente vai
is.
conseguir não só, né?
Well, okay, the first thing that I
Open
thought
sempre a
of
gente
when I heard
pega
that was that Pet
pessoal, né?
Detective gift that everyone sends
Pessoalzinho
out with
que
arrows in
come
his legs. Like,
repetição,
that is just,
calça curta.
It's in
Né?
the
Então por isso que
bone.
muitos
It's in the bone. This is going to be a brutal test of
Mas,
Phil,
enfim,
obviously a
então, ó,
fantastic test
pra
of
gente
fitness.
entender
And
melhor,
this is one where
18,
it's one of those where
20
you
wall
just don't
ball,
want to be good at wall ball
sem
shots
parar.
because you've got
Em
246
minuto
of them.
você
in
consegue
this thing.
fazer
Yeah, the
sem
more you-
parar.
the better you are, the more you
30,
suffer.
33
What are your
balls.
Zenny Vision Fuels victory keys to success?
Well, we'll talk about the four gentlemen we have taking on
Se você for fazer
26-point
20
run right
wall
off the
balls,
bat, and it's
só pra
locked in mentally. There's nothing too
aproximadamente,
difficult for these guys. They can all do
15
Karen unbroken, which is 150
segundos,
wall ball shots.
20
That won't be the issue.
segundos.
What will be the issue is, are you willing to do what it takes to win this event here for 26.1?
Treinos que
Once
onde
you
você
get to the
entender
top,
esse quantos
66
wall
wall
balls
ball
você
shots
consegue
and
fazer
work
sem
your way
parar.
down. It is now
né?
a race
Quanto
to the
tempo
bottom,
você
to the
leva,
final 20
e se
reps.
você
There's
quebra,
nothing about
você tem
this
que quebrar
that's going to be
ou
easy
não.
for anyone
A 20
for
wall
this
ball,
particular
tá?
open
É um bom
workout.
treino de
Back in
referência,
2013 at
para
the
você
regionals, you
entender,
took on
mas
that
agora já
100
foi.
workout, which I
Tá?
still say is one
Não
of
é o
the
momento.
most impressive
Você
strategic
teria que ter isso na sua
workouts I've
cabeça.
ever seen anyone
Isso no seu
execute.
repertório, pra você
This is up
entender
your alley, so I
como
wanna
você
know,
vai agir aqui dentro
When you
desse
see
tempo.
that
Tá?
much volume, what
E
do you
aí
think of
também
it?
Well,
entender
first of all, you know,
quantos,
it's not as
quanto
good as I
tempo
once
você
was,
leva
but I
para
was
fazer
good once.
18
When you look
box
at this
jump
with
overs.
these athletes, it's just be
Entender quais
smooth
são as
and breathe.
técnicas
You got to
possíveis.
realize
Qual a
that you
melhor
can control
técnica?
your breathing on
Que
the
jeito
box.
que você
There's a
pode
lot of
fazer.
opportunities to hold
Como
your
você
breath,
sabe,
get
como
too
você
tense.
deve,
This is
como que você
it's a lot of volume, but
pula
not a
de
long
frente,
workout.
você
A
pula
12-minute
de
time
lado,
cast, very tight.
você
When I'm
desce
talking
de
about the elite
frente,
athletes,
você desce de
you
lado,
got to be
se você
smooth,
dá uma
you got to be
piruleta em
efficient.
cima
And
da...
once we get to the top
E
of
se
that
você
mountain at 66,
teria
it's
que já
time to
ter
put the
dentro do seu
pedal to the
repertório,
metal, hammer
entender
down,
qual
hold onto that
técnica
med ball,
serve pra
literally and
você. Ó,
figuratively, and then
tá
race
pulando
it.
inclinado,
The CrossFit
pulou,
community
aí
here in
desce,
Northern
pulou, aí
California
desce.
is
Pra
alive
você
and
estar
well and
vendo
extremely
no
strong.
vídeo,
Shout out to my NC Fit
o
peeps who
cara
are watching
aqui,
right now.
ó,
And one of the men who has helped
eu não sei nem
build
se tá
that
na regra,
community
tá,
is
turma?
Craig
Muitas vezes
Howard
pode
with
estar na
Diablo
regra que
CrossFit,
você
and
não
he is
pode
with
ficar
Bella.
clicando. Né? Já
Craig,
teve outras vezes
congratulations on
isso.
20
Dá uma
years
olhada
as
aqui, daqui
an
a pouco a
affiliate.
gente vê.
They're here
Né?
behind
Mas
us to
o adequado é
celebrate.
você
What is
não
the
ficar
secret
mesmo,
for
tá
20
bom? Porque
years
é
with
muita
all of these
repetição.
people?
Well, it's
Para
exciting.
você
This
se
is an
explorar,
honor and a
é
privilege to be
rapidinho
able
e
to
para
share this with the rest of the world. But
tempo
it
que você
really
ganha
is
não é
all
tão
about
alto.
these folks that are
É
here,
melhor
my coaches,
economizar, porque é
and the
perna com
people
perna
that
aqui. Né?
that work
Perna
for
com
Diablo
perna.
that make it all
Tá?
happen.
Então,
No, I love that.
vamos lá.
The Open, it's only
O
it's
20 wall ball
15
com
years.
18
You
box
were an
jump over,
affiliate for 20
muito
years. What
provavelmente,
is the
se você for
importance
uma
of the
pessoa mais
CrossFit
afoita,
Open for your gym, Diablo CrossFit?
pode ser
When the
você
Open first
termine
started
aí,
in
né, essa
2011,
primeira perna
it
aí,
was a monumental
em
event for
minuto
us. We
e
got behind it. Competition was just what we did. We just assumed that
né,
was
se
a
você for
part of
afoito.
our
Se você
culture.
terminar
And then
nesse
the
tempo,
Open opened it up to
eu diria
everybody within the
que
affiliate.
você
And then it
vai vai queimar a largada.
A big thing
Tá?
within our community, and
Você
now
vai chegar um
we
momento
see
que
it as a
você
way to
não vai
get
conseguir
introduced, especially a lot of
sustentar
new
isso
members that come
daí.
in, to introduce
Tá?
them to everything
Então,
that
12
CrossFit is.
minutos,
Here's a way to
pessoal.
do it and get them
12
tied into
minutos
CrossFit as well.
You're hosting the
É um odd
premiere of
razoavelmente
the
longo.
Fittest on
Não
Earth
consegue manter 12
2025. Tell
minutos
me
em
how
alta
it feels to be
intensidade.
bringing all of us
Se
into
fosse
your gym
5,
tonight. I heard it's going to
3,
be kind of a
5
party.
minutos,
Yeah.
beleza. Agora, se
Yeah, honestly,
do
I'm nervous
início ao
as
fim,
heck
12 minutos,
about it.
quando chegar
My
no
wife's
8,
not here right now because she's
vai
back
subir
kind of holding
urso
down the
nas
fort,
suas
making sure
costas,
that's an awesome event.
e
But
você
I
não
saw
vai
the
conseguir
guest
fazer,
list. First of all, we
né,
got about
os
180
movimentos
of our
direitos.
members,
Sua
plus
perna vai
another
queimar muito.
30 or 40 from
Pode,
outside affiliates that are
bem
coming in.
maldoso,
And then I
tá?
saw the guest list from
Vai
Crossfit, and of course, the
ter
my
muita
stomach
gente
turn and
caindo,
anxiety. I'm thinking
pode ter
about all of
certeza.
this stuff. Is it in
Tem
the
que
right
tomar
place?
cuidado,
What's been clean?
né?
What hasn't? We
Tem que
painted the
observar
gym.
as regras
Everything
aí
looks awesome.
do box
It
jump
should be a
over,
fun event, but I'm
né?
nervous
Como que
for
pode
it.
descer,
Well, I'll
como
let
que
you know
pode
how it goes. I'll give
subir,
you my feedback.
se
Craig,
pode
thank you
fazer
so much.
step, se não
We're
pode
going to head
fazer
over to
step,
Operations Director Adrian Bosman.
provavelmente no skate pode fazer step, tá? Ó, vamos ver.
Athletes and the CrossFit community watching around the world. Ready or not, the Open starts in 10 seconds.
Ó, 10 segundos. Vamos tentar anotar aqui, né?
3, 2, 1, go.
Ó, vamos lá.
26.1 is underway, and so is the 2026 CrossFit Games season. We're starting with 20 wall ball shots into 18 box jump overs.
And this is where we said the keys to what we're talking about to start things off is lock in mentally. If you're at this level and the caliber of athlete where they will all be able to do this unbroken from start to finish, this is the hard part. You're almost waiting for it to get hard at this moment. Stay relaxed, stay smooth. It's going to be so tight as far as the reps are concerned between these 4 guys.
30 segundos para fazer wall ball.
All 4 men done at about the same time with their initial set of 20 wall balls, and now on to the initial set of 18 box jump overs. And one thing that you need to keep in mind as you are going through this workout is you have to step down off the box. If you jump down, that is a no-brainer.
We saw that come into at least a first rule back in 2022 for the Open in that one, and Colton Mertens was actually first off the rig, and I think a lot of people will sit back and just look at height as a determining factor of who will do well. Well, I've got some news for you. If you think about the quarterfinals workout in 2024 of 50 wall ball shots and 50 burpees over the box for 3 rounds. Of these 4 athletes, Colton Mertens had the fastest time of all of these guys, so it's not particularly height dependent for this particular movement.
On to the set of 30 at the 68 rep mark is when they will return to the box for the second set of 18 box jump overs. Colton Mertens.
Colton é o baixinho, né? O pônei.
Jason Hopper, keep an eye
tá na frente. E aí, você que é baixinho e fica falando, ai, eu sou baixinho, o wall pra mim é ruim. Ó, o baixinho tá na frente de todo mundo. O baixinho tá no box jump over, tá na frente de todo mundo. Né? Tá certo que a gente tá no começo do óbvio. Mas aí, ó.
Breathe easy, let your heart rate stay low. Start holding your breath, that's when the heart rate gets jacked.
Mertens was done with a set of 30 first, followed closely by Hopper and Pepper, who were tied for second. Hatfield there in third place. The 86 rep mark is when they're back with that set of 30 wall balls. And that's when things really start to get interesting. And I think you can say the warm-up is now over.
It's over. It adds up in a hurry. 20, 30, we're looking at 50. After a set of 40, that's 90 wall ball shots in the first 3.5 minutes of this open workout.
Mertens back to the wall ball. Now into a set of 40. Here come Hopper and Dallin Pepper. And Austin Hatfield is putting the finishing touches on his second set.
Now, I don't want to skip ahead too far yet because we are in the round of 40 wall ball shots. But I was talking to Dave Castro earlier, other than just why are we even doing it?
Yeah.
Why 66? Why do we make such a jump from it? He goes, because it's a big jump and I'm going to throw some people off in the middle.
Vai fechar 90 repetições.
And he had a really cool story as to why he wanted it to be 60, not 60.
Yes, for all you guys that have number OCD like I do when it comes to CrossFit workouts and programs, he says, look, 20 has a body of 2s. There's 2 in the beginning. 30, they've got 2 buddies, 3 and 3. 40, we do it twice. That lonely 60 on the top, I didn't want to be lonely. He's actually being very generous today. You don't know what the med ball to be lonely, so you get to carry it with you on the box. So, you know what? I'll add another 6, so the 6 isn't alone at the top. I'm like, you know what? That's the weirdest explanation I've ever heard of a program workout, but it's the Open. Let's have a little fun. But that jump from 40 to 66, that is going to be a mental crusher for a lot of people.
Well, this is what I think makes this such a great test for the Open workout of the Open. As Colton Mertens now starts his set of 18 med ball box step overs.
And what he did was fantastic of just catch it and go right into it. And that's what you're going to need. If you want to finish this in 12 minutes, there's no room for error. And there's also no room for what I usually do when I work out is just pouting and just, feeling sorry for myself because it's getting hard. Catch it and right into it.
Burns is the only man who's hugging that thing to his chest. Now, if you are going to employ the technique that Hopper, Pepper, and Hatfield are using right now with the ball on the shoulder, you got to be careful about pushing off your other knee with your free hand. That's also going to be a no rep. So keep that in mind. You're going to choose to go this way. But I was going to say what makes this such a great test is when you make that jump, it's really everybody can play in this portion. Now, this is where the elite really get to separate themselves.
Martins is absolutely flying on this. We're not even at the halfway point, but this is the test. This is the mental and physical test of this open workout. 66 wall ball shots with a 20-pound ball to a 10-foot target. They've already done 90. They've done 36 box jump overs and another 18 step overs with the med ball. You're at peak fatigue at this moment. Can you hang on for 66 as you work your way back down the side of this pyramid chipper?
Mertens 164 and counting. He's got to get to the 210 rep mark. The number in the white box next to Hopper, Pepper, and Hatfield names indicate how many reps behind they are of Colton Mertens, who's had the same pace throughout these 5 minutes and change.
And you think about Colton and why you would pick him to be successful at this versus 6'1" Jason Hopper, 6 foot Dallin Pepper, is because no one has the squat capacity and squat strength that Colton Mertens does. This guy can squat his body weight for over 100 repetitions. He put up a 570 back squat at the CrossFit Games last year. Not only is he fit, but he's one of the strongest athletes in the field when it comes to squat strength.
Mertens is getting close here. With 16 reps left in the set of 66. Hopper and Pepper are tied for second. Hatfield has fallen well off the pace. After this set of wall ball shots, it's the final set of 18 med ball box step overs, and then we go back to the box step overs.
Dallin 7 reps back, Hopper 3 reps behind him. It's about 2 seconds per wall ball shot on average, and Mertens is catching it right back into it.
Mertens getting to work on that second and final set of 18 box step overs.
The key, Sean, of can you lock in mentally, especially for those 66. Now the race has begun. Now the race has begun for a lot of us. But for these athletes, the race has begun. We're on the downhill slide. The benefit of the jump to 66 by 26 reps and 40 is now you're taking away 26 reps from that.
We were talking about this earlier. I had a question about just how the box step overs change things. On this portion of the event, does this allow them to go faster? What kind of effect is this going to have?
You think about the two between, right? You've got the box jump overs and then you have the step overs here. The box jump overs are a little bit of a reprieve from the med ball, a little bit what Dave Castro said. With the step overs, however, you have to carry that ball in your arms. Your arms are not getting the break that they did for the jump overs. Your legs are a bit more fatigued, and you're stepping over a little lower than you normally would on a box jump over. So it's almost like the difference between sitting on a bike and pedaling versus standing on a bike. It's the same movement, but it's just different.
Mertens now into his set of 40, as are Jason Hopper and Dallin Pepper. 268 reps is what Mertens is looking to hit before he goes back to the box for another set of box jump overs. And we're going to have another heat of some airmen here from Federal Airfield, which should give all of us a better idea about what this is actually going to do to us when we take it on.
We should all feel a little bit better about everything after this because we're not even, we're just 8 minutes in and it's almost done.
My favorite game is to look up at the clock at the 8-minute mark and be like, Colton Mertens was already into his set of 40 wall ball shots, and here I am just grinding through the first round.
We would be passing each other in the round of 40 going in the wrong direction.
I don't think the wall ball has hit the, well, that's the first time I think it's hit the ground in a while for Colton Mertens. He's back in the box now. Time cap is 12 minutes.
Now, this point of the workout, this is the point of the box jump overs where the legs decide not to jump with you on top of the box. So you have to be very careful and very intentful of how you're getting on top of the box.
Hopper's moved past Dallin Pepper for second place as he is now on to his Second to last set of the box.
Não, na ida ela tá passando pela
Burns looking to get to the 286 rep
Eu não
mark.
sei se é no rap isso aí, tá?
Set of 30.
Eu presto atenção para não fazer isso quando eu tô fazendo meus blocos de
First place overall in the World Wide Open last year. There's Dallin Pepper.
É mais fácil. Então eu daria no rap ali.
Trying to catch up with Jason Hopper. The two
Mas
fighters
o
right
juiz
next to
ele é
each other.
soberano, né?
And this is where you start to see time bleeding from you. Look at Dallin Pepper just on the right. That little hesitation between every rep adds up over the course of the workout. 12 minutes is such a tight time cap for these elite athletes. For us, it's a wonderful time cap, actually. Oh, I only have to do this for 12 minutes?
As Boz called it, it was a mercy kill.
Yes, thank you, Dave Castro. But in this, for an athlete that wants to be successful in the Open, there's no question of what you're going to have to do here. You're going to have to go unbroken, not take big breaks. You're going to have to be very intentful between reps on the boxing.
O grandão também já
just about done with a set of 30.
Né?
Now has 2 left, and he's got 2 minutes to go. So that shows you just how tough it is going to be for some of the best in the world to finish this. I mean, it's unbroken or bust if you want to get inside that 12-minute time cap.
And look at the effort. I know you can't tell on Colton's face. He does such a fantastic job of being so stoic while he competes. He prides himself on not laying down after events, which I don't know how he does that, especially after something like this. But look at the effort he has just trying to hold his feet up on top of the box. And this might be the first time we've seen Colton labor. He showed that he's fatigued in these last 18 boxing overs.
He has 20 reps after this. And that's the last time he has to deal with that box. The final 20 reps for the 2025 Open champion, Colton Mertens. And this is going to be a time that is going to be very tough to beat.
Tell you what, not only is it going to be a time that's tough to beat, but that's going to be a time you even want to try to beat.
Agora é a série de 20, né? É 20. Aí acaba aí.
Yeah, you watch this and you got to start to think that
E aí a gente tem que ver, pessoal,
unbroken the entire time and only had 44 seconds to spare before he hit the time cap.
And it's going to be hard not just to beat that.
Então, eu não me engano,
unbelievable effort from Colton Mertens as Jason Hopper looks to be the next man to finish. He is in. Dallin Pepper has a shot, maybe. It's going to be close. Pepper's on his final set of wall balls.
It's going to be about 10 reps in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. He's only got 6 seconds remaining. So Colton Mertens and Jason Hopper, the only two men here to finish inside the time cap, as Pepper's going to get close. He's going to let him go. I think they're going to.
Dear Katie,
they're going to end it there. Yeah, just time cap.
Please let me stop.
Yeah, just end it.
Pull over.
Let me out.
I'd just like to take a little shout out to my #1 draft pick, Colton Mertens.
That's why you're doing this, John.
1 point on Team Chase.
Wow. Impressive effort from Colton Mertens. Impressive effort from all 4 of these men. Replay presented by Rogue. I mean, watch this round and watch the last round. It pretty much looked the same for Colton Mertens the entire way.
Buckle up, everyone. How do you beat Colton Mertens? I don't know. You're going to do something dangerous or stupid. You decide which one it's going to take. But Colton Mertens, end to end, start to finish.
Mas ele conseguiu segurar ali, né?
No breaks on the box step overs. Catching the dead ball, going right into the box step overs. Incredible performance from Colton Mertens. But I tell you what, Jason Hopper hung in there with him the whole way through. And a lot of things that Hopper was in trouble, not trouble with, but trouble above. Is these work capacities, high squat volume, just burner suck fest. That is a great performance for Jason Hopper.
But it is Colton Mertens
diminuída forte no ritmo, apesar de ter conseguido terminar.
Took a break
E esse é o
in any
campeão
of his
do
sets.
game.
The only time the ball hit the ground is when he was done.
Se você vê
slowed a little bit on the box, but when you review that performance, I don't know where he goes any faster. And like you said, you're either going to have to do something dangerous or stupid to try to beat that time.
And that's something you see in competition all the time. Is it even worth trying to beat that time? It actually might make you do worse if you want to keep up with something like that.
11:16.10 seconds for the Iron Hog. Jason Hopper also finishing under the time gap. Dallin Pepper was just a handful of reps away from finishing, as was Austin Hatfield. I think it's his second to last round. Well, let's hear from the athletes. They are with Bella Martin on the competition.
Colton, that was impressive, and that was amazing performance. You were trying to go back-to-back Worldwide Open champs. Is that what's getting you to the end of this competition before anybody else?
That's definitely a big motivator for me, but honestly, in a workout like that, it's you're probably not going to fail the wall ball. You put it down when you want to. I was trying to cycle it fast, so I think that's where I could get an advantage on these guys. I think it wasn't going to be worth it for me to really push the pace on the box jump overs to catch them there. I think they caught me a little bit there. I just tried to get really disciplined on the wall balls and cycle them fast.
Great job, Jason. I've noticed a tone in your social media lately. You are the reigning fittest man on earth, and it feels like you're stepping into the responsibility of being that for the next generation. Is that something that you're feeling the impact of now this season?
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily feeling any sort of pressure or anything. I'm just being myself. And I would say having won the games, I got the monkey off my back. Now I'm able to just do fitness for fun. And it doesn't change the fact that I want to win more than I ever have wanted to before. But there is a release and a freedom that I feel going into the season.
You did it. Yeah. Dallin, something I've loved about you is you have this no-quit mentality. You've been competing for a long time, even though you are very young. What is it that drives you to chase that podium every season?
I mean, that's the reason I started, was to win the CrossFit Games, so I'm not going to stop till I get it done. Shouldn't be an issue this year.
Hey, we're 0-1, brother.
Austin, when we first met, you did not like being in front of the spotlight, but I think you've learned how to handle that now. What has it been like for you stepping into this role, being on the competition floor at Opens multiple years in a row, and actually showing up at the CrossFit Games, getting top 5?
I wouldn't say I like it necessarily now, but I've gotten better at it. Just here to do my best, clean up a couple of things on this workout, do a little better. That's all I got to say about that.
You just say your team redo for 26.1?
I didn't say that.
Thank you, guys. Colton, congratulations.
Well, if you feel like destroying the lower half of your body, there's still time to register for the Open. Scores are due at 5 p.m. Pacific on Monday. Head to register for the Open. Scores are due at 5 p.m. Pacific on Monday. Head to games.crossfit.com and get it done. It's going to be a blast. Hang out with your community and have a good time. Don't forget to post your scores. That's important. And we also want to let you know, as Bella mentioned earlier, we will have an exclusive sneak peek of the Fittest on Earth 2025 at the end of the show, to be released on March 3rd. So be sure to stick around. I know you had like an idea about what that was going to look like going in, what changed, if anything, on now that we've seen the best of the world.
Unfortunately, it's about as awful as I thought it was going to be when I saw it on paper, and then I hoped it would change in the announcement, and then after watching, I was like, man, it's going to be I don't know how anyone's going to be able to repeat something like this. This might be a one and done one for me. 26.1.
We have a crew of airmen from Moffett Federal Airfield coming up next. And this site has been a tremendous host. The personnel here have been fantastic. And recently, they hosted the Boys Interrupted to showcase the work that they do here and why it's so important.
Do que você fazer forte e terminar azedo. Termina azedo.
CrossFit did this unreal partnership with the Air National Guard. The partnership this year kicked off for the first time ever. We are the premier partner for the CrossFit Open, first ever service component to do this.
These guys have to be able to do everything. They rescue people, they go into dangerous areas, they have to be agile, strong, fast, and it's a very high level, high skill job. And a lot of things are on the line. Lives are on the line. They're going out there no matter what, no matter the situation, they're there to save somebody.
We're working hand in hand to just help more people learn about the Air National Guard, our opportunities, be able to get out in front of a fit audience as we forge an elite level of fitness amongst our organization, alongside of CrossFit's efforts to continue to be that beacon of fitness.
Tem que Não dá para ouvir sua voz, não tem
All
jeito.
right, now here's what you actually wanted to see. We've got 4 airmen that are going to take on 26.1 in lane 1. Senior Master Sergeant Stephanie Sengi.
Né? Não achar que eu estou diferente. Senão, vocês vão se ferrar.
Master Sergeant
Vão
Steve
terminar
Caesar.
eu podia ter feito melhor. Sim, você podia ter feito melhor se você tivesse seguido a estratégia. Mas vamos ver.
In lane 3, Staff Sergeant
Deve ser as
Dominic
pessoas-
Cruz-City.
Provavelmente é militar. Vamos ver.
In lane 4, Senior Airman John Pola.
Então são pessoas que supostamente são mais
Time for
normais.
our
Aí,
heat of
né?
the 4 airmen who are going to be taking on 26.1 here.
Vamos ver.
One more look at what we're facing here in
Esse é um lote,
26.1.
cara,
A lot of wall balls and a whole lot of work on the
Difícil
box.
de
This is a lot of yuck, Sean. Let's be honest with it, man. Damn the wall balls and the box jump overs. This is just a whole lot of yuck. But you know what's nice? It's only 12 minutes. That's at least the positive spin that I'll put on this one. But it's going to be legs for days for 26.1 to kick things off for the season.
All right, let's talk Zenny Vision Fuels Victory keys to the workout. How do they change that?
Listen, I know this is not usually a advice I'd give to an athlete, but if you're just doing this, it might be your first couple of opens or you're not an elite athlete going to the CrossFit Games, do not try to finish. And what I mean by that is there's no need to go unbroken or you will bust if you're not in a position to do so. But if you are going to take breaks, make them short and make them consistent. Choose your breaks wisely. Do not let the breaks choose for you. That's when you start getting yourself.
There are a lot of times you look at an open workout. It doesn't seem that bad, and then you do this horrible. I don't think there's any sort of deception going on here. We look at it, we know it's going to be bad.
Yeah, we know it's going to be rough, but you know what's nice is to see 4 more people take it on before we do.
All right, let's get to it. Back down to the competition floor. Competition director Adrian Bosman to get us kicked off.
Assim para ver como é que essa pessoa fez.
CrossFit community, for the second time today, we're going to get started in 10 seconds.
Então, tem muito mais proveito para a gente olhar, né?
1, go!
And now a more realistic look at what you can expect from 26.1. Athletes kicking it off with the 20 wall ball shots.
And a realistic look, but also a realistic approach of what the 99% of us around the world will be tackling and what we should be doing to get there. Now, 20 wall ball shots isn't going to break anybody off in a normal setting, especially if you're doing it for rounds. However, these reps are going to be increasing. So wall ball capacity is not a forte. Then consider breaking it up early, but just enough to just let the lactic acid and let your legs take a break because it's not going to get one the entire way through.
O primeiro cara que terminou foi 40 segundos.
Steve Caesar, first man done.
Demorou 40 segundos. Uma pessoa mais normal aí, entre aspas, né? Ó.
Stephanie Sankey there as well. Now all the athletes onto their opening set of the 18 box jump overs. And remember, you can really get over this thing however you want. You have to jump, you can be lateral, you can face. The key is you have got to step down. If you jump down, that is
faz melhor para sair da caixa, mas o
part where I have
outro é bem
always
alto,
messed this
não
up
faria
is
isso,
on the
não
last
pularia tão alto.
Yep.
I hop on the box, it's 18, I'm done, hooray, land on my feet, because
no, I don't.
There's nothing in this particular program where I would do another one of. So yes, make sure not only do you step down off the box, but step down on the last one. We get it, not that you're excited to go back to wall ball shots, but just remember, 18 reps, you got to step off.
Caesar in lane 2.
Ó.
Second
Tá vendo que ela
camera
segura com a
leader
pontinha
right
do
now.
dedo, turma? Isso aí é muito ruim para transferir energia, tá? Segure a bola com a base da sua mão, né? Para você conseguir transferir energia. Cotovelo sempre embaixo, ó, já esse cara da direita. Né, pessoal? Mas,
20, all right, 30, 50 wall ball shots in the first 3 minutes of this workout. No, it's only going to get worse because you go to 40 and then make that big jump to 66 at the middle point of this pyramid chip.
That is, I don't mean to insult you.
Yes,
But
yes. When I, for myself and a lot of athletes that feel like they've got some decent wall ball capacity. I would start considering it maybe in the round of 40 because of the step-ups you're going to have after with the ball, which will feel different. And again, that round of 66 at the top of the speed. If you feel good in the 20s, hold on to it. You don't really need those 10 seconds if you're going to take a break there. Save it for when you're going to need it at a later time.
Steven Caesar continues to lead. He's in the
green shirt.
And I'll say this for a lot of athletes there that are on the fence of what to do. There are 3 different versions of the Open every year. You've got the standard RX version, you've got a scaled version, and even a foundations version of this. If you have the capacity to do this in any shape or form, I encourage you as an athlete to take that challenge, because that's why you're signing up for the Open. You're not signing up for the Open for a good workout. You're not signing up the Open because I want a good sweat. You signed up for the Open because you want to challenge yourself with something you're not sure you could do.
Let's send it back down to the competition for Bella Martin standing by with the special
Colonel Keegan, this is amazing to be on base with you. Tell me, what is the mission of the 129th Rescue Wing, and what are these airmen postured to achieve?
The 129th Rescue Wing is a combat search and rescue wing. We're worldwide deployable. We've got about 1,000 airmen on the weekends, about 300 full-time. And kind of a community-based partner, right, with people that work in the local community come in and support worldwide search and rescue operations.
It's amazing. It's also amazing to be here with you on this competition floor. What does it mean to you as the colonel of this base to have this happening right here, right now?
Well, I think it's like a melding of 2 communities, not just necessarily like geographically, but with the shared interest, right? The dedication, the fitness, the hard work, all those things are core parts of being good airmen and being ready for our fight, right? And it seems like it's the exact same thing with CrossFit, being ready to go at a moment's notice. So.
Thank you, Colonel Keegan. Chief Master Sergeant Ford, what I would love to know is the impact and the meaning of this partnership between the Air National Guard and CrossFit. How did this come to be?
Yeah, I think the partnership's really intuitive. Many of our airmen compete, as you can see already, so they're involved in the sport. And then there's parallels between CrossFit and the service, both with strength, discipline, endurance, and it pulls from the same pool of people, and that they're not afraid of a challenge. They don't quit. I mean, these things take grit, right? These things that we do here take grit too.
Hard work's hard work. What I would love to know is, how does CrossFit and functional fitness play into the training of being an Air National Guard?
Fitness is an integral part of who we are. Strength is required for the jobs that we do. We couldn't do our mission if we were not fit.
Thank you both so much. It's been an honor to be here. Thank you.
It's been a fantastic experience here. Federal Airfield, as I mentioned, it's been tremendous. Really accommodating. Kind of had free run on the place. You got helicopters and planes.
How many times I had to be like, "Are you sure?
You want me to sit here?
Should I give you some of my background history before you allow me onto the plane unattended?"
Piece of equipment. I should not be anywhere near this thing right now.
But I love what the Colonel said about being prepared for anything. That is at the grassroots of what the CrossFit methodology is supposed to do. We say prepare for the unknown. And then it's not just the gimmick you see out here in the Open because we don't know what it is. We're going to have this grandiose announcement. This is where life comes into play of why we do the things that we do in CrossFit. It's not meant to be lived inside the 4 walls of the gym. It is meant to prepare us for everything outside the 4 walls of the gym. And being in the military or a service member, it cannot be personified more of the reason why we should always be prepared to train our bodies, train our minds, be ready for something to take on. And the Open is a small cataclysm of what that really could be. It's unknown, you're unsure. Yeah, the challenge is there, and you are prepared.
Steven Caesar in the middle of your screen is onto his set of 66 wall ball shots. He's got to get to the 210 rep mark.
I'm not sure if Jason is encouraging him or asking him what rep he thinks he's on. There's nothing harder than in the Open than judging in the Open. That is one of the more difficult tasks.
You got to make sure you're writing down those reps frequently.
venturing into the round of 66. This is where after every break you start to look over the clock. Not worried about how much time left. It's worried. I was like, oh, I have 3 more minutes to go.
Eu não consigo fazer direito. Não vou bem. Eu paro muito. Box jump over eu já vou pouco melhor.
Are longtime members of the CrossFit community. This is not a recent hobby. Stephanie Sankey has been doing CrossFit since 2014.
Sankey's not only been doing CrossFit for over 12 years, but she's a level 2 CrossFit trainer herself.
Acaba que eu consigo dar uma velocidade maior. Não canso tanto, né?
Same with Master Sergeant Steve Cicero.
Esse cara fazendo a caixa, ele está fazendo razoavelmente
We talked about it at the top of the show. You think about the early days of CrossFit, the old school days. We talked about first responders being really benefited by the CrossFit methodology, the military, our servicemen and women. And as we just saw in that interview, it walks in both worlds, which is why it's always been a huge part of what we do and who we are.
That's a great shot right there. Inside the hangar where we've been the past couple days here at Moffitt Federal Airfield. And you saw a second ago, all the wall balls on the ground. That is a much more realistic look of what you can expect when you walk into your affiliate to take on 26 points.
Yeah, at this middle part of the event with the 66, that is more of a, this is where I talk about breaking things at the right time, because a mistake a lot of athletes make is that they try to go too hard than they're really prepared for. That's what I meant is like, don't try to finish this workout if you don't have the ability to finish this workout. Because if you go, we just saw what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do what Colton Mertens did with Jason Hopkins. It's insanity. For the majority of us, don't try to do that because it's only going to make you worse at what it could be. Break it up early, break it up often, but make sure those breaks are short.
Você começar forte, né? E leia-se assim, né? Ó, eles começaram para
Steven Caesar is still your leader right now, 195 of the 354 total repetitions. At the 210 rep mark, he'll be done with a set of 66.
Funciona esse mecanismo, pessoal. Você tem estágios ali, né, do seu corpo, onde você, se você ficar ali no estágio mais baixo, vamos dizer, uma zona mais baixa,
one factor when it comes to open programming and things that we've seen before is that a lot of times when you have a squat movement, they like to couple it with maybe an upper body movement. Those complementary movement patterns is what they like. This one is a massive redundancy. Ele impede, faz com que o seu corpo comece a não consiga trabalhar melhor, a não trabalhar direito. There is no breathe 10 minutos de entire body in this particular one. And what I love about it is that it is a classic week 1 open workout. It's easily accessible, but it's not easy to do. The fitter you are, the harder it gets. And that epitomizes CrossFit training.
Se tiver uma zona mais embaixo, você consegue trabalhar e remover esse
We were talking yesterday about some of these airmen. Apparently, this guy can do a 150-pound weight.
Yes, and another one was on a U.S. national bobsled team. And that's the coolest part about all of this. Is that what we do here, what we do inside the gym allows us to do these crazy feats of fitness around the world. 150-pound strict chin-up is wild. To be on a bobsled team is wild. A level 2 trainer.
Inside a minute to go here before we hit the 12-minute time cap. Then we'll turn 26.1 over to the community at large.
3-4 minutos, né? Eu diria que para apertar esse ódio, tem que começar a apertar no minuto 7.
But I was planning to do it twice. It's like Friday and then Monday.
That's what we used to do.
Mantenha o seu ritmo a partir do minuto 10, porque aí, no minuto 10,
put yourself against the wall you have to do it. There was a year when Pat Burke sat there with a loaded barbell. I think it was 2011, I think it was 2012. He had might have to redo a workout. 10, 8, do it 3 times in a day or whatever. Dan Manley, of course, as everyone knows,
terminar o primeiro round ali, então 20, né?
Final 5 seconds here. Steven Caesar is in his round of 40 wall shots, and that's going to do it. So now a much more realistic idea of where you should be
Look, you want to get to the top of the mountain and maybe just a little bit further on the other side, but just getting there, guys, like we said in the beginning, if it's doable, then you do. You don't have to be great to start. You don't have to start and expect to finish. 12
Preciso montar até o aquecimento aqui do ódio, né? As orientações, como
the man who participated in the first heat and sticking around and judging them. That's a great experience. You have a high-level athlete sitting there watching you work out. And you just feel like apologizing all the time.
Yeah, just don't look at me.
I'm so sorry you have to witness this.
That's a fun thing. And earlier we got to see a video of James
entende mais ou menos o que eles conseguem sustentar, quantas repetições, onde que azeda,
the replay presented by Aerobe Fitness.
Quanto tempo
Everybody got off to a really solid start, but Steven Caesar really separated himself.
I mean, name a workout where that wasn't the case. Feel great. 2 minutes later, I made some bad choices when it came to this, but all these guys made a great choice of coming out here and taking on 26.1 in front of this crowd. This is what it's going to be. Right? It's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge, but that's why you signed up for the Open.
Muitos vídeos já que eu já fiz, né? Sempre vai ter aí algumas orientações a mais ali no Instagram. Orientação bem detalhada.
Let's hope Jason Hopper counted all that correctly. As we take a look at our unofficial results, I'm going to stress that. Master Sergeant Steve Caesar got the farthest in the workout. He was on his set of 40 wall ball shots.